76 Hot Rod F250 here, and I did something. This morning. I couldn't help it. I just could not help it. I bought a tractor. I did. I bought another lawn tractor. This makes number 21 now, but I couldn't pass it up. I just could not pass it up at all. Lo and behold, 76 Hot Rod F250 finally has a Dynamark. A Dynamark pickup truck at that. Well, some of you guys on my channel, some of my subscribers, followers, may know this tractor already by the time you see this video. This was the Random Mechanics, aka my buddy Chris. This was his tractor that he got from the scrapyard for $80. That he already went through and fixed up, put another engine in it. It's got a Craftsman 12.5 horse. And he made me an offer that was hard to beat. And we kind of went back and forth. You know, I was trying to trade him a bunch of tractors and, you know, not really lowball him or anything. Just really just trying to see what I can do, you know, to make the cost the least that because I mean, I already got a ton of tractors and everything, and I figured he might want a project or something. Anyway, I'm not going to say what I paid for it, but I paid a fair price, I thought. A fair price for a 1984 Dynamark pickup truck, 1136, which now has a 12.5. Fairly rare tractor in these parts where I'm at. Oddly enough, he's managed to find 3 different Dynamarks over the last 6 or 7 years or so, and every time I just couldn't get it from him. But this one is here to stay. I got a skeeter in front of my camera. Stupid mosquitoes. But you know, I finally got one. It's kind of it's been my white whale, so to speak. It's not necessarily the pickup version, but just any Dynamark, you know, has been my white whale, because I mean, these things are just cool as heck looking. I mean, just look how awesome these things are. I know a lot of racers like them. They like to modify them, make them into racers, make them into off-roaders. It's kind of a darn shame in my book, because I mean, they're just really hard to find down here in the South. But this thing is freaking cool as heck. I mean, a little truck bed, it's got these all awesome rails, and it does have a drawbar, which is way up here. I didn't even know it even had one until he pointed it out, and I looked, I'm like, wow, it's way up there. You know, rear discharge. It's got a 3-speed trans, and I could not believe the fact that these tires, these original Armstrong tires, are in great shape. I mean, look how much tread this thing still actually has. This thing's got a lot of tread on it, and all the dust covers, all 4 of them are still on it. Amazing, absolutely amazing. It does need some work here and there still. I mean, it's an old tractor. You know, it's got some bugs, some kinks and stuff. Mainly the steering's a little, needs some tightening. I noticed the steering gear's a little wonky. And it doesn't steer very sharp to the right. It turns sharp to the left, but to the right, I mean, that's as far as it goes to the right. But you can really crank this thing over to the left. So, and the steering wheel's on upside down too, I noticed, and bent. It's a little bent, but you know, it's fine. Not that big of a deal. But you know, the decals are in pretty good shape. A little torn off there, a little faded, no big deal. But like some of the main issues I noticed, part of the deck's rotted out or broken off real bad. It's really sharp. I'm going to take some flat bar, I'm going to heat it up, bend it, I'm going to put it along here and weld it in. I really got to watch it too, because that is sharp right there. But I mean, it mows great. I mean, you can see freshly cut grass all over. I just mowed my front yard and my my grandma's house. It's also my neighbor's house. I mowed her front yard, and I've still got to mow the back, so I'm going to set up the tripod a little bit and get some footage of this thing actually mowing grass. Thought this was kind of funny. Cargo limit of 100 pounds, keep away from discharge area at the rear of machine when engine is running. I thought this was kind of funny because, you know, and not to carry passengers too, you know, caution. But the fact that you wouldn't even be able to read that unless you were standing behind it getting hit by rocks and sticks and grass, I mean, it's kind of ironic. All the decals, instrumentation, the gauge doesn't work, but at least it's there. You know, most of the decals are in pretty good shape, all the instructions and everything. Well, let's take a look at the engine. I know he showed it on his video, but we'll go ahead and show it on mine as well. It's a little tricky here, there we go. I do need to add the strap, which is kind of broke. I need to add this, you know, strap so keep this from coming off. And this is kind of loose. This needs to be glued back down. That's not a big deal. Well, you put a Craftsman 12.5 on there. A 1992 model engine. I don't know if you can see that. You know, 92 model engine on an 84. Pretty neat. I like it. I like this tractor. It's pretty cool. It's fun to drive. It's actually kind of fun to mow with. Put that back on there. Okay. And nope. I guess it would have helped if I would have had this. Getting used to this hood. Let me pop this up real quick. There we go. Alright. Here. Tricky little sucker, ain't it? Okay. The little nub on the other side's missing, so the other hood latch mechanism is kind of pointless. Another thing to point out, like this pedal is really small. I may add a piece to it, make it a little bit bigger or something. You know, the deck controls work actually pretty good. So, anywho, let's crank this thing up and see if I can get some mowing footage of this thing. It's a pretty awesome little tractor. It's really cool. Another shot of it from a distance there. Alright. Hop on board. Okay. Hopefully she'll start up pretty easily. Hey, alright. Awesome. This is kind of weird. Kind of reminds me of MTDs. It's got the little neutral lock, I guess. Kind of keeps you sliding it over. It's kind of neat. Alright. Gotta love the working headlights. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video of my Dynamark pickup truck. I'm so glad to own this thing. It is so freaking awesome. It just oozes 80s cool. Well, I got some more mowing to finish up. I was having fun playing around there with a little bit with the camera and my new toy, but I gotta get back to actual real work. Like always, thanks for watching my videos. Please rate, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Check out my buddy Chris's channel, The Random Mechanic. Check out his original video of this tractor. Anyway, without further ado, this has been 76 Hot Rod F250, aka the Nerdy Redneck. Keeping it awesome, keeping it cool, keeping it real. Peace out.